radio enthusiasts, welcome to another video about early radio from the Roaring Twenties Antique Radio Museum. We're pleased to present this special edition of our videos on the beginning of radio. This video will showcase the BC2001 radio from the General Electric Company Limited of London, England. The BC2001 radio was unknown to most people in the United States until it made an appearance in the second episode of the 5th season on the hit television show Downton Abbey. Since that appearance, it has become known as the Downton Abbey radio. When radio was first introduced to the public, many thought it was some kind of a trick, knowing full well you could not pull music and voices out of thin air. Others thought it was just a foolish fad that wouldn't last. Let's listen in to see what Downton Abbey's Lord Grantham had to say about radio.
Why are you so against getting a wireless?
In a way, I wish you'd just say it. Cousin Robert, please buy a wireless for Downton.
I wouldn't mind.
That's because you're American, but I'm not, and I find the whole idea a kind of thief of life. That people should waste hours huddled around a wooden box listening to someone talking at them, burbling inanities from somewhere else.
But surely now with the latest news and everything. And it must be a boon for the old. What do you think, Bates?
I can't see the Dowager with a wireless, milady.
It's a fad. It won't last.
It looks like Lord Grantham was wrong about radio. Radio wasn't a fad. In fact, it had taken the world by storm. In October of 1922, the General Electric Company of London, England introduced the model BC2001. This advertisement is from Popular Wireless Weekly, March 31st, 1923. The BC2001 was a two-valve radio, or tube radio as we call it in the States. It had a range of between 350 to 425 meters, or roughly 710 to 850 kilohertz on the broadcast band. You could plug in different loading coils to cover more of the broadcast band. Note the unusual vertical chassis design. The BC2001 came in an attractive polished mahogany smoker's cabinet with a lower compartment designed to contain a 66-volt battery. The radio used from 4 to 6 volts for the filaments depending on the tubes that were used, and 66 volts for the plate voltage. Here you see the radio featured on a 1983 edition of Vintage Wireless magazine. The museum's radio has a special provenance. It came from the British Wireless and Television Museum in London. It's also one of the last radios that the founder, Jerry Wells, restored. Here you can see a signature and date on the inside of the radio. Now let's go back to Downton Abbey and see if Lord Grantham has changed his mind. You'll hear his niece Rose speaking first, then Lord Grantham and his butler, Mr. Carson.
Did you see that the King is going to speak on the wireless? It was in the paper today.
Don't be silly.
No, it's true. For the opening of the British Empire exhibition. It's being broadcast on the 23rd. Just thought you'd like to know.
Is this true, Carson?
I believe so, my lord.
Talking about the Empire, too. I wonder. If the King wants to use the wireless to speak to his people, maybe we have to listen.
I wouldn't say that, my lord. Is it not a case of the King being forced into accepting a humiliating assignment by his ministers?
Are you saying the King is a weak man, Carson?
Never that, my lord. But even kings must bow to pressure sometimes.
And should we not support him in his hour of endurance? Oh, cheer up. We can always hire one. Surely we won't be corrupted if it's only in the house for a day.
That's it for this video. There will be more to come as we continue to investigate the early history of the world's first mass medium, radio.